best of the choir, and I was in the best of the choir as well. I can carry a tune. Training with them, and it was intense. This girl had packs. I had packs. I was so, you know what's that thing?
Yeah. Hi, my name is Azadi. I'm here on behalf of Mbu, where we're going to be interviewing the wonderful Cleopatra Koheirwe. Hey! Hey, Cleo. I'm fine. So, today, Cleo is joining us.
Yeah.
We're just going to have a little chat, basically, about her journey in film, and also about her life, pretty much. And we're going to have some fun also. You're a very, proficient media practitioner, I guess, because you've worked in the PR and comms world.
Yes.
Can you just tell us a little bit about that side thing that you do?
Okay. My journey has had me do a lot of different work. I was once should I say waiter? Yeah. It was I was behind the counter, but I would help. I was a teenager by then, like vacation. Every vacation, every holiday after the major classes, like O-level, I did that. Then I worked also at my aunt's petroleum station. So I was learning different skills, and then I ended up working also I worked with some Indians. I applied in the newspapers, and then I got the job. My aunt and uncle really wanted me to be like in the 9-to-5 jobs. So I was like, okay, fine. And she showed me that, but I just applied thinking I won't get it, and they called me, and it was poly tanks. Then that was now to do with tanks, water tanks, septic tanks.
Interesting.
I got to know the different type of septic tanks and water tanks. So every time I would move, I'm like, oh, there is that, different types of tanks and capacities. Anyway, then I continued on my own journey because I really wanted to be in media. I wanted to either be like an investigative journalist. So my line of work ended up coming to what I wanted when I ended up now in Obsessions with the performing group. And then from there, they cited me. Then I got into Capital Radio. Mm-hmm. Then I got into WBS TV, which was big by then. And most of us now are spread out. Like most of the amazing people from there are in either the other TV stations, Then I got into the print media with African Woman magazine, and I could contribute for Drum magazine in Nairobi, Kenya. I was contributing for like Sanitation and Health magazine here in Uganda. I was writing for quite a different platforms. There was, I think, was it called Pulse Media by then on online?
Yeah.
Mbu.ug, I think. I don't know. I used to write for an online site as well. So I did a lot of that because even in school I was a writer, I was a library prefect, I was just doing all that. Because, so that's how I harnessed those skills and became more good at them.
Because you have, I suppose, come from an academic background. You studied a Makerere.
Yes, I did. I did social sciences.
And I guess maybe you had a normal kind of trajectory until perhaps at a certain point in your life you were like, all right, I am also an artist. I do have this. Because you're a singer.
I was a singer. I haven't been singing much.
Very talented lady, this lady. She can do everything, basically. So, what was the singing thing about? Or can you...
Okay, so the trajectory. So when I got into, like I told you, my guardians wanted me to have like a normal 9-to-5 job. They wanted me to they thought if I do the performing arts, I'm going to lose focus on school and lose my way. Yeah. But I had to prove to them that they can trust that I will stay focused. Uh-huh. I actually graduated with honors. I missed the upper by just a few. I think I had a 3.32 GPA. When I was leaving, it was good, and then the upper is 3 point, I think 5 or 3.6. I know I missed it. I think I got 3.4, but I was good. Mm-hmm. I really studied hard at university, and graduated with honors, sociology and social administration. It's not what I really wanted to do. I wanted mass communication, but when you have a passion for something, I believe that the drive and the passion that you have for it somehow will align you with that work, because I ended up getting into the radio world. I hadn't gone to audition for it or try out for it, but it came to me because of them seeing me and what I was doing and how I would speak.
Yes.
I think in interviews by then also with the group. So the things also aligned. The trajectory came together. The singing was with I used to sing in the choir in school.
Wow.
From primary school, then into high school. And high school we had the choir, then we had the best of the choir, and I was in the best of the choir as well. I can carry a tune. I didn't really pursue it because, sometimes you need to do something that you're really passionate about. I love music, but it was one avenue that used to make me so nervous, because I would be like, what if I'm such a perfectionist?
Yes.
So if I sing and maybe I don't hear, even like to be honest, when we used to sing our songs, my group mates used to laugh at me because I would say, you guys, I really feel like we sound ridiculous. And then, the songs would hit. But I had an issue, like if there's a pitchiness, and then it hits, I'm like, okay, people like it.
But usually when people are listening, they probably can't hear.
I think they can't hear.
Now, as a musician or someone.
That's why I think I just said, what, let me just now admire those artists that are so good, like Maurice Carrier, like Lillian Babazi, they give me shivers when I listen to them. Juliana, because I'm a perfectionist and I really love to hear that perfect voice or perfect music collection and ensemble of the beats and everything. So yeah, I ended up doing the singing with Obsessions, and after that I tried to pursue my own career, mostly media, because they threw me a party, so I was now in TV, in print, and radio.
Yeah.
Then the acting in film started 2000. It had already begun in 2006.
Yes, so let's get into that, I guess. Of course, you've done a lot of interviews, so I'm not.
Yeah.
we kind of know. We kind of know. Yes, we know what you're really famed for. But I want to ask you about those roles which perhaps are a bit out of the box. So the one that you played, a boxer who had some issues with her father, Kona, as a Kenyan production. Can you just tell us about that character and actually that whole series, because it's quite interesting.
Yes.
The character had some. She was interesting.
She was feisty. Kona was a series that I did in 2013 in Nairobi, Kenya. I did the audition. It was an audition video, actually. I had to send my audition tape, as they call it in the film world, to Nairobi. I recorded myself. Then, and that time, actually, it was Prince Okwio, Joel, who recorded me, because he was with Matt Bish at the Bish Films.
Okay, yes.
So I asked him to record me. Then I also recorded him because I was also going to an audition. So we recorded each other. We didn't have so I recorded him, he recorded me. Then we sent our tapes, and I waited. Then they took us. They actually both of us. So I did the boxing role, but I was so excited that time because I had been waiting for a role that is action packed.
Yes.
It's I want to do some action,
physical.
What,
use your body.
Hey, kick or punch someone. I was. So when I got the role, I was so excited.
Yes, I can imagine.
I got there, and then I was the only girl. I was training with guys.
Wow.
For me, I was cool because I was the only girl, but I grew up with my cousins and they're boys, all boys. So I was the only girl in the family still. So I know how to handle guys. So I was training with them, and it was intense. This girl had packs. I had packs. I was so what's that thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was so
I don't know what that thing is,
like a figure was
So you trained for it? Did you rigorous
training every day and intense, go down and bungee jumps.
Yes.
Then, oh my God, I wished I had recorded that stuff. We didn't record that stuff. I don't know, but yeah.
That would have been.
And then I would run with the guys. So I was really fit 2013. Then my daughter came in 2014. Yeah. So the body,
The body does.
the body kind of,
It does what it does.
we're still trying, but the packs,
It's a journey. The body is a journey.
the packs did not pack.
But
So, yeah.
you have a beautiful daughter as a result of the body
Yeah.
doing what it did.
Yeah, but it
Okay.
was quite intense. I loved it. It
Okay.
was one of the roles I enjoyed. Jackie was half Ugandan, half Kenyan, and she was really trying to prove to her father that she can be a boxer. The
Yes,
father was like, "This
yes.
is a dangerous sport for you," and like, you're just being protective. And she was trying to connect with the dad because she had been living with her mother in Uganda. And it takes you to those situations where you find the kids are kind of torn apart because the father is here and the mother is there. And the child is trying to now connect with the estranged father, and the way she can connect is by doing the thing that he's good at. He's a coach, so she's like, I can be a boxer, and then I'll be near him, and then maybe he'll appreciate me more because I'm in his space. I'm doing what he
And
loves.
I'm doing something masculine, which is like
And
shows her strength.
And she was trying to show she's strong, she's brave, and yeah, it was quite a story, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, you're a very accomplished actress.
Thank you.
So my question would be, of course, I'm also an actor, and for me, like I want those challenging roles that really make me
Yes.
go, wow. Now, which roles do you think did that specifically, where you felt, wow, this is stretching me?
Yeah, like you have to dig deeper.
Yes.
The Kona role, because physically it really had me going, and then the other one was Yogera. I played a deaf mute and a hearing sister, so it was a double role. And then it was improv as well. It was like a improv script. The script wasn't really there, so the director would tell you the beginning of a scene, middle, and end. He had the synopsis, yeah, like that's the style as well. Donald Mugisha is quite a genius. He goes by Sadiq Mugisha now, but he's very good at what he does, and that's the time I was doing improv for the first time.
Wow. So there's no actual lines.
There's no actual lines. There's no lines.
It's not scripted.
It's not scripted, and but it tells you beginning, middle, and end, and then you, the actors, kind of go with it in the scene. But the deaf, I had to be with the deaf community. I think it was DeafLink Uganda, to learn, like just to see how they behave, how they talk to each other, how they communicate. There's behavioral patterns that are different from us who can hear.
Yes.
So I had to learn that as well. Then I had to learn to shut out the world. And he actually told me not to speak on set. I could not, if you call me, I wouldn't respond. And it took a while because I was like, yeah, like, you're not supposed to be talking.
So in a sense, it was kind of method.
It was a whole different, like, and I'm not a method actor.
No, okay,
I'm not.
okay.
But I had to go that way because it was like the only way you'll achieve it is by shutting out everything else. If somebody calls you and you respond, it will happen if you go in the city, because we used to shoot guerrilla style where the camera person is here and they are shooting me like that side, so they know you go, the camera is rolling, so you go to that point and do everything that you know you're supposed to do. One take, it has to be one take, because you can't do it again with everybody else.
Yeah.
So otherwise they'll know that there's something going on. Why is she going back to the same space, walking again, going back?
It just doesn't, it's so smooth.
You have to shoot it
needs
once,
to
because
be-
all the people are extras, but they don't know they're extras. You get what I mean?
Yes,
That's the
needs to
guerrilla
be
kind
natural.
of shooting, natural,
Wow.
as natural as possible.
Guerrilla shooting.
Yes, and I think that's how I
like
got
the sound
to.
of it.
I'm telling you, I got to learn how to be to do shots perfect from the beginning. So most times, even on my on other projects, you'll find that they like to call me a one-take wonder. I'm not proud of it, but it makes it easier when we are all in sync, and then we do it
Just
once, and then they do now the next take, the next angle, So I learned that from that set.
Wow.
To do it properly, and
Wow.
then I learned communicating with the deaf mute. I learned how to react when you're someone who can't hear. If someone says something to you, it's not more like, huh?
Yes.
It's more like you're
Intuitive
you're talking to
listening,
me,
I
and
guess.
no, I'm reading your lips.
Yes.
So there's a way they do it.
We're with Cleo Koheirwe.
Yes.
And we're at Love and Liquor. It's a very cool spot in Chira. It's run by a very nice gentleman called George. You can catch the spot here in Chira. They have loads of nice events. It's an up-and-coming spot, so please come by if you're around the area. So let's go back to Cleo. Were you encouraged at home to watch films? Like, when was your first kind of experience watching a movie and going, wow, that is just amazing?
Ooh, first experience I can't remember.
Okay.
But I remember thinking, I used to wonder, as a child, I have this memory of me wondering how the people are in the TV. You know, the curiosity of, are they actually inside the TV? How are they inside? How is this picture getting together? I was so curious. And also the way the voices would come out. You know, I'm just like, how do they do this? So, and then I was so interested in knowing a lot about the way they shoot, the way, so in a way my cousins and my big aunties would bring like some tapes by then, like MTV tapes and music and all that. Nice. So I would also watch music videos. I was like, then I would dance, I would perform for them, I would sing for my mom. Then the other thing was also my name, Cleopatra. She ended up telling me it was actually not after the Queen of Egypt, because I was so mad that everybody kept saying, oh, the Queen. Oh, you know the Queen? Oh, you know. I'm like, oh, goodness, the Queen, the beautiful Queen. I'll never stop hearing about her.
I have to say the name is, it's probably helped you in our industry, because, you know, I feel like names are brands.
Yeah, it became a brand.
Yeah, like, it is a brand.
I've actually grown up to own my name, which I'm happy for, because now somebody will be like, Cleopatra, the actress? Yeah, and it's me. It's me. It's not the Queen. It's not the Queen. And so she named me because of Cleopatra Jones. There was some movies that were called Cleopatra Jones, like Indiana Jones.
Wow, yes, okay.
And Cleopatra Jones was at a time before I was born, but she got me the DVDs, because, you know, movies are timeless.
Yes.
She got me their tapes by then, and I watched them, and I really liked the lady. She was strong. She could kick butt, you know. She was good at fighting, and I'm like, I want to be like her.
That. That's.
And I think that's where I kind of started from, and also the fact that my mom always just used to treat me. There's a way she just used to say, you're gonna be a star. Like, she believed it. I'm thinking, what am I going to do? What do you mean?
Wow.
You know, and I'm like, oh, okay, because I sing for you, I would dance and perform at home, and they'll give me money on parties.
So you're really earning. You were maximizing from a young age.
Oh my God!
It was only formalized a lot later.
I'd go buy to a party, and then a beautiful set or something cute, you know, and the money that I would get at home. Yeah.
Wow.
So that the love for performing started really early.
Okay, so you're really your performer. You're just a natural performer.
I'm a creative.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, and so let's just keep digging into your likes as well, like your interests. So, I mean, like, what are your top maybe 3 movies, or it doesn't have to be movies. It can be any type of TV series or something that you like.
Really
Yes, you go to a desert island, okay, and you can only take 3 movies with you.
Oh my God, like a movie and a series.
Yeah.
I think the top 3, I would say, wow. Okay, I'm just going to have to put the Scandal, because of my girl Kerry Washington. I feel like I have just been a part of her
artistic journey.
life, because I really like her, and I liked her in the movies I'd seen her in before. Then I got to meet her when I was working with her on Last King of Scotland.
Yes, I want to get to that.
Yes, and she was so calm and so nice, and then, you know, watching her growth after that, like, she boomed after that. All 3 of them, Forrest Whitaker, James McAvoy, because James McAvoy ended up acting with Angelina Jolie in Wanted.
Yes, also amazing actor.
Yeah,
yes.
So Scandal, because of the levels of intensity it had, I wouldn't mind having Scandal with me.
Okay.
Then the movie, I'm such an action-packed person. Wanted, Angelina Jolie with James McAvoy, and what else? maybe I should take something that's so me. Prestige. I'll take the Prestige series.
Why not? You have to take something, you know, that you went
The Prestige series, yes, because it's also like a whole trajectory of emotions and everything, and all the actors were amazing, and the cast we really worked so hard the 3 seasons, yeah.
Of course, you know, you get asked a lot about Prestige, so I don't want to focus so much on Prestige.
No,
but
it's okay.
of course, it's a part of you.
Yeah.
So, what are like the standout moments of being in such a big series in Uganda? Like, it is an emotional kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was an emotional roller coaster because it was the first time I've been in other series, but I was always supporting in the other series, so the pressure is not so much on you. But in this one I was lead cast, so it was so much on us, the leads, and and you're there every day. Yeah, you're kind of driving the show and you're there every day. Me, JJ, Chelsea, we're there every day, most of the days. So it was really intense. And another thing that the audience may not know is that I was playing a character that was 10 years older than me. When I got that role, that was one of the roles, you know, when you say the roles you get and you're like, when they offered me to read for that role, I read it and I was like, I love it, but I'm like, she's what? She's 41? Oh, she was 10 years older than me, and by then I hadn't made 40 yet, you know. I'm now 41, proud.
Wow.
41, yeah.
Great. Also, mother
Yeah,
and a full-time actress, PR manager. She does everything.
Yeah.
Kudos to this lady.
Thank you. I deserve the flowers. Anyway, so
yes. So you were saying about you're playing.
I was
an older
playing
character?
an older character because Eunice Chinto had 2 daughters. One was 25, and the other was 17, then she made 18.
So
it was like, but I had to like pick here, like I have my aunties, ooh, bougie, my very nice rich auntie vibe aunties, and I was like, I'll pick a leaf from her, and how I'm going to make this Eunice character just become Eunice.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And also reading the story and seeing how to relate when she's upset, when she's the moods and all that. I have one child and she's 9, so that's the difference is huge. The audience might be like, is she that? When people meet me in real life, they're like, how do you look older or you look bigger on TV? You look this mama
because
and in person they're like.
Actually, even for me, like when I was seeing some of your interviews, that just goes to show how much of an amazing actress you are, because
thank you.
The character you play on Prestige is like,
she was quite powerful.
She's a unit.
Yeah, she's something else, a CEO and all that. But
yes.
Yeah, then you come to my simple life. So yeah, that was one of the truths that some people may not know. Prestige was quite challenging in that avenue, and also having to learn Luganda better, to speak it on set. Thanks to the people that would translate for me, man, on set. I had to learn how to say certain words, and I'm much better at it. And I enjoyed being on that show. It was really like a lot of work, but I learned a lot also as well.
I think Ugandan audiences will never forget you for that role. I suppose that's probably
up to now. Some people call me Eunice Chinto. Then you go in a shop and you're thinking nobody knows. You're like, are you the one, Eunice? And I'm
no, where's my hat?
And I'm like, but as long as I don't get slapped. But the good thing is that most people kind of have learned the art of filming. Long ago, they used to really get upset. Like, I grew up watching the Life Matu people. That's Life Matu. And they have this experience that they shared of one of them got slapped in real life because in the show, she did something. So by then, people didn't understand acting.
Like, it's
not me. They take it personally. This thing. Yes. And then I'm trying to make people understand on my platforms of now this character is the one I'm playing.
Yes.
But I am Cleo right now. If somebody is talking to me and I'm with my daughter, my real daughter in life, in a photo, and it's me and her, and they're saying Eunice, I'm like, now this is Cleo, and that's my child. Yes. Like, I was trying to show them the difference.
Separate.
And actually, those that follow me have kind of grown with me on that journey. They kind of understand film. Then they can be like, oh, this and this. Then they ask questions, and I love that.
For anyone who's like, on the acting journey, like myself, how did that come about? And what was the process for working on such a huge film?
The funny thing is that we had no idea it was going to be a huge film.
Okay.
And we were at the National Theatre by then. I was with Obsessions. We were doing a play. I can't remember what play it was. That's the weird thing. I keep trying to remember what play it was. Maybe Heart of a Dancer, or I don't know. But then that's where we were told that there's a film that's going to be done here. And they'll want Ugandan actors as well, so people can audition. Yeah. So they recorded those of us that wanted. Most of us were recorded, like saying, "Hi, my name is this," just a brief intro. And depending on your persona, how it you can tell how somebody is, either vibrant or dull or not interested.
Yes.
So we did that, and then they called us. They called me and some others, and then I was offered the 2 roles. I didn't even know I was speaking to the director. This is one thing I keep telling like actors that are rising, or you're getting into a space. If you come for an audition like here, you don't know who the director is. So do not come with your airs. Do not be as humble as possible. The guy who's recording you'd think the people who might be like, it's just a camera guy. And that camera guy is actually the director to be on that show that you're auditioning for.
Oh, he may not be the director now, but 6 months down or a year later, he's just made a few shows, he becomes the director.
You have to treat people well,
Correct.
So I was speaking to the director. I didn't know he was going to be the director, and then he says there are 2 roles. If I'd known he was the director, I would probably have charged more. But so anyway, so
I didn't know.
I didn't know, and I was just like very happy. I was just like, oh yeah, movie, first film. It was my first film to appear in, and everything else I'd done was TV hosting and stage theater. So when I got that part, it was supposed to be the smaller part because the first one had a sex scene, and I told him, nah, I can't do that one. It's gonna be, I can't. It's weird. And then he said, okay, you can do this other one. It's Joy, and it's a smaller one, but I said it's okay. But from the interaction, I think now when we went to the set, the way he would direct me to shoot, because I couldn't see the time when I was doing my part. Kerry Washington and James McAvoy were actually not there. Like where I look and where I do what, they were not there. There was nothing. But it's like now he's talking to me, but I wasn't looking at him and saying what. He's like, okay, keep walking, and now look around. So he's talking to you, but as you continue doing what he's doing, saying that, then it's like, okay, now look up there, like you've seen something, and make sure that you're really upset about it, and you're like, really, what's going on? Be curious, like wow. So he was saying all this while they're shooting, and I'm moving, and actually that's how he kept on like directing me, and the scene became longer. Like my character kind of became more, because everybody's like, hey Cleo, you're the one they're shooting, you're the one that I'm like.
So you were being directed as you're acting.
Yeah, as I'm acting, because I had a page of the scene. I didn't know what was in the whole movie, so I did it. And then when it comes out, it turns out that Joy is the one who ends up like giving away Kerry's character, that she's having an affair with the doctor, and Amin is upset about it, and she gets chopped up. If it's a spoiler for the, come on, the movie. The movie came out in 2006.
But I need to rewatch it. Like I was just saying to George, I need to rewatch it. Yeah. But that must have been. That must have propelled your career.
That's now. Yeah, it's just like when it came out, my name was like the press was just talking about me. The Ugandans in the movie, Cleopatra. I'm like, oh, girl.
No, but you see,
like, girl, God is just putting you right there. So accept it. And I was like, oh wow. So that was the beginning of my film career.
So do you think for all those actors out there, or aspiring actors, even me, don't dismiss those small things.
Do not dismiss them.
You don't know.
No.
You don't know.
Oh my goodness. How would you dismiss? Let me tell you how. There's no way you can start by being a big actor today.
Yes.
No way. Even Samuel L. Jackson had to start by being an extra. Yes. I'm sure people who have watched Coming to America remember him being the guy who comes to rob the small whatever, and he's flipped over. If you watch, I watched the movie a lot of times.
I'll have to rewatch that one as well.
Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson had a small role, and he's a bigger star now. There's lots of examples that I could give, but people should just be able to know that you have to start from down to go up.
Yes.
And there's no, I don't like disregarding extras. Even when I'm on a set
I know,
and I have somebody
yes.
that's playing a scene, they're just sitting there. For them, they feel like they're just sitting.
Yes.
Me, I'm like, you're adding life
You-
to
you-
the
you-
scene.
they
You are adding
needed,
life.
they're
Yes.
needed. But do you think even amongst actors there is this like, oh,
Well, you know, for
me,
Yeah,
I've started there, and I've taken quite a few of those roles earlier this year, and I just love being on set.
By the way, if you
So
enjoy it, it's more fun.
Whether I have a line or not, I
Yeah.
had one few months back. I didn't even have a line, but I still had to act, and I loved it. And I was just watching what everyone was doing, what the crew is doing.
Yes.
You know how
Yes.
they're working.
Yes.
There's a lot of stuff happening.
Yes.
So for me, I just think, okay, if they give me that role, then it's a learning opportunity.
Yes. Yes.
But I feel like amongst actors here in Uganda, it is like, oh God, extra. Why they? I feel like there is some negativity.
I think
or some. I don't know.
I think it's wrong.
Yeah.
And what has affected that for me, I feel I started my journey from a time where there was really no social media, and I feel like right now most people are being what do you call it? They are living under a certain curtain of feeling too important more than the purpose of the art that they're giving.
Yes.
I think you should always remember that there's a reason you're doing what you're doing, and if you're doing it just for you to be the one to be, I don't know, for me, why I act or why I do what I do, it's not because I actually wanted to be famous.
Yes.
I wanted to do it because I wanted to make people happy. I wanted to make people laugh.
Yes.
By then, they were not covering us. It wasn't about us. It was about the politicians and the corporate companies, and so by the time they write about you as a person, like, so it was never that, like, oh, the fame. We didn't have that the time I started. And right now I feel the youngins are
it's true.
they don't know. Some of them get into it and they don't know why they're
Yes.
doing it. And then they get one nomination or one accolade and then they feel like, oh, I'm untouchable,
Yes.
you don't tell me nothing.
Yes.
And
Yes.
it's okay to be proud of your work, but don't forget why you're doing it.
Yes.
And then do not be, I was going to say the A word, but do not be a pain. Yeah.
I to a certain extent, I do agree. I think, when you go into an art form, you really need to understand why you're doing it.
Yeah.
But often, I think what happens is that within the field of acting, or the scope you can go to,
Yeah.
people assume
Yes.
that, okay, this is going to lift me to certain heights in terms of fame.
Yes.
But-
oh yeah, they come with
but-
the mind of fame
Yes,
now. It's all
I
about
know,
fame now.
But what is it? I mean, the truth is, I don't look like a lot of Ugandans. I wouldn't call myself famous,
Yeah.
but I would just say I get unwanted attention, I would
Yes.
say.
Yes.
And it's not that great, really.
Yes.
It's not.
Yes.
So I wonder what people want from being known. But there's another thing. If you are remembered for your art form,
Yes.
that is different.
Yes.
It's like, wow, she played that boxer in that movie, and that was something else. It was like, that
Yeah.
character really touched me.
Yes.
Think
That's
as
what
a,
makes me happy.
it's like
when
somebody comes to you and says,
yes, where we are right now. I went to the shop next door, and then the girl looks at me and she's like, "Are you the one who?" So I'm thinking, what is she going to ask me? Because I've done so much. So I'm like, she's like, "Are you the one who?" Then she's like, "You're the one who's on the show. You're the one who plays as Eunice." I said yes. She was so happy. She came and hugged me, she came hugged me, and she's like, "Thank you so much. I really love how you act." And for me, I'm just like, oh wow, like my art is touching her and she connects with me through the screen without me. And now when she meets me, whatever emotion I go through as that character, she feels.
It
You
is
have
a
a
gift.
role to
Yes,
play.
you have a role to
Yeah.
play, and you have to accept that role.
Yeah.
And then you help other people. You use it as a platform to build others.
Yeah.
Because
The best,
that's the
I
only
believe
way.
the best people that have actually also stayed longer in the industry, be it here or in Hollywood, are those that pay it forward. The kind of individuals that are willing to train and mentor and
Give back.
grow and give back, and it may not, giving back doesn't mean money or whatever. It is in any way of, can I teach you a skill, or can I help you go here, can I help these other people, what can I do with my artistry, what can I do with my voice?
Yes.
Can I, when I'm on a set and something wrong is being done to another actor, am I going to keep quiet? What am I doing as me, a fellow actor? How am I
Yes.
protecting those that I'm working
Yes.
with? I'm that kind of person who will not be on a set if other people are being treated unfairly.
Yes.
I can't. I don't know how to function around that.
Yes.
So either we
Yes.
are, I mean, come on, like just treat us all, together. Let's finish this, because the vibe matters. The
Yes.
energy on the set
Yes.
matters.
Yes.
And I'm not going to come and be like, oh, it's, and I'm doing my thing. Like, yeah, Azadi, out of the way.
I would actually be like, this lady has been on Last King of Scotland. Let me just move.
No, I mean,
She can sit.
if I wanted to, I would be stepping on toes and whatever. But I don't feel like that's what I want to do. I want to be able to work with others. I want to be able to learn. There's always something to learn from anybody else, no matter how young or no matter how the experience is lower than yours.
True,
there's something to learn.
True, Cleo. But to a certain extent, sometimes it is quite draining.
Yeah. To teach?
To work with.
Uh-huh.
I mean, if you have like 10 episodes to film in a day, and then you're with very, very young actors, or because I had that experience most recently.
Yeah.
And I found it quite exhausting.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're juggling other things. You need to pay bills. You need to go here. You need to do that.
Yeah.
And then, if you want to just go and act, sometimes it's very difficult to work with actors who are perhaps
I know
just
what you
starting
mean.
their
Like
journey.
No,
Let's
but
be
you
honest,
see,
it's
those who
not
are
all
just
flowers.
those who are just starting their journey, like the set for Prestige. I can give you an example. I was working with youngins who were starting their journey in the film industry, never acted before, but probably maybe they've done it in school or just for fun. And that was Chelsea. Evelyn Namatovu, she played Chelsea. Then Malaika was played by Sandra Khan, and then we had Aya, who played Crispin Aya, what's his name, Alvin. So me too. All these were new. And believe you me, if we were not, how else do we grow together if I'm not going to try to work with them or teach them a bit of what I know, or all of us just having the read-throughs? And it had to happen. And it's good that we had a creative director who was hands-on, and we had directors who were also involved. Okay. So when you have that kind of team, that's what I'm talking about, the vibe on set matters. It's not just me. I can't do it alone. It has to come, with other people saying, no, let's do this together so that we shine together. Yes. As Prestige, when we were starting out, our goal was to make sure that by the end of season 1, or by the end, we want people to be watching the show and saying, these guys are amazing. Not he is amazing. Not individuals. And it started out that way, like, they would point out, names. I'm like, but this one, we're going to all shine together. And we achieved that. People would watch the show and say, oh, you guys are just amazing. That's what we wanted. Yes. And that's how it should be. Yes. Like when you watch all these other shows in Hollywood, the people, you don't know who to not want or who to not like.
Yes.
Yeah. But I understand when you say that sometimes it can be draining. There are those who come and to them it's a job. No, it's not a job. It's a pastime. Those ones get on my nerves. Like, do not come in my space of professionalism and take it as a joke. You get what I mean? Yes. Those ones are usually like, I'm a teacher, I think by default. I end up telling them, you know what, for us, the rest, the guy at the camera, me and everyone else, we are here to work and we're serious about it. So if you don't want to do it, like, come on. Yeah. Because you see someone like, wait, where was my hand? Oh my God, like, focus. You get? Yes. So those ones get on my nerves. Yes. And we all...
It happens in every industry, not just
it happens.
The arts. So I guess, thank you so much. It's time to say, yes, thank you to the beautiful Cleopatra Koheirwe and Mbu for allowing us to be here and to get some great insights from this amazing actress. My name is Azadi. I'm here at Love and Liquor, owned by George. Please drop by if you get a chance. But for today, it's a wrap. Goodbye. Bye.